FCT had planned a reprisal kidnapping attack in Zuba and environ for the arrest of their members. While intensive crime prevention patrols are already in place to forestall any intended kidnapping in the area, the Commissioner of Police (FCT) CP Bennett Igwe reassures residents of his commitment to ensuring the safety of all and sundry. He urges residents to report suspicious activities. Meanwhile, all eyes, how visible is this deadline? This is what Onoze Yakubu seeks to find out in this special report.
The way things are now, it's likely that we'll succeed by May.
Those clicking ambiances of construction equipment and site workers in a race with time signify efforts to deliver on pledges as directed by the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike. Work on the perimeter fence of the metro station has reached an appreciable level of completion, while the access road to the station has been completed. But at the Kukwaba 2 station, the access road from the Umaru Musair Alwa Expressway by the military cemetery is receiving priority attention by the construction firm handling the project. The last time the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike inspected this Kukwaba 2 train station, he raised an observation concerning the access road to the train station.
Trying to bring down the height of the road down to the levels of the train station so that there will be an access road.
Raising some security concerns that needs to be made deadline of inaugurating the Abuja metro line in line with the directive of the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. From the Abuja metro station, Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
On the issue of housing, young adults have been encouraged to rewrite the narrative of housing crisis by embracing the concept of tiny homes. This was the 2024 Tiny Homes Seminar with the theme addressing the housing crisis for Nigerian youth. Ifeoma Ojinta tells us more.
Some young Nigerians there sharing experiences of housing challenges. According to a 2020 UN Habitat report, Nigeria faces a housing deficit of 21 million units, with the burden falling heavily on young adults. That is why this seminar is advocating investment in tiny homes for sustainable living.
We are working hand in hand with the UN Sustainable Development Goal 2030 to try and promote the 11th goal, the 7th goal, and the 15th goal, which is affordable housing, affordable and sustainable housing cities. So we are trying to work around that.
Which targets the youth, had resource persons from the building and design sector speak to the youths on their affordability and potentials in the tiny home projects.
High rents, which is one of the major housing crises for young people. We need government to rise and...
Somebody might want to focus on the fact that there are tiny homes, but yes, think tiny homes that can properly accommodate you and make you feel like you're in a home.
We grew up in homes where our parents, they designed it around an entire family, not just themselves. So it's hard for people to leave home, to go elsewhere and then find it convenient to settle on their own. And what this seminar is trying to do is enlighten us and give us exposure on the possibilities of tiny homes.
Experts in the beautifully impact millions by providing affordable housing, creating employment opportunities, and ultimately promoting sustainable living. Ifeoma Ojinta, NTA News.
Away from housing and now to education. Students from Gliston International Academy, Abuja, will be representing Nigeria at the 2023-2024 VEX World Robotics Competition taking place in Dallas, Texas. This quest for future developmental knowledge, they are into the innovative successes leading to this journey.
Artificial intelligence development, computer coding sessions.
Nurture that mind. Like during the coronavirus, we were able to build a robot that, we were able to build a robot that could deliver food and everything to it. So monitoring, so doctors can monitor camera and robots that could be monitoring as the robot entered.
They need to believe in us. They need to know that we can do this and that we're strong.
Keeping determination alive, the students have again been invited to the 2024 edition of the competition, and that informed the school seeking support from government and individuals to further facilitate their participation.
This program, it's quite expensive. It's a lot of sacrifices through time and finances, especially at this with these economic times. But we keep on striving to see that, okay, this needs to be done, and this needs to, Nigeria needs to be having a representation.
I bet you by the time they go there, they will definitely print Nigerian name in that world robotic map. They are going to excel.
The students will be flying Nigeria's flag at the competition in the USA. So, for this reason, relevant government institutions such as NITDA says it will support the team with relevant requirements to keep the ambitions galvanized.
It speaks to some of our major pillars in NITDA. It speaks to our pillar on innovation and entrepreneurship. It shows that they are very innovative and they are using their skills and young minds to develop and do positive things.
This is really creativity. This is mind-blowing. This is, in fact, I can't do this. You know, this is the future for Nigeria.
Gliston International Academy will be presenting 3 teams from the junior, middle, and senior categories to square up for places in the competition later this year. Onotu Yakobo, Nta News.
The month of March has been set aside by the United Nations to promote the use of French language across the globe. Ojiri Ogboru Arutere reports on the commemoration of the 2024 International Francophone Day.
International French Language Day was established in year 2010 by the United Nations to create multilingualism and cultural diversity among all the 6 official languages throughout the organization. Language Day was chosen symbolically in reference to March 20th, 1970, which marks the creation of the Agency for Cultural and Technical Cooperation, and later became the International Organization of La Francophonie. Research reveals that there are an estimated 321 million French speakers in the world, with many speakers here in Nigeria.
Bonjour à tous, je m'appelle Mariana. The importance of French cannot be underestimated. I, for one, have benefited from being bilingual.
It is also an official language of several countries, including Switzerland, the host country of United Nations headquarters. Jean-François from France and Bashiru Adebayo from Benin Republic were among people captured celebrating the International Francophonie Day in Abuja.
I think it's a good initiative to bring people from different cultures together, Francophone, Anglophone, Lusophone, to interact and to exchange many things together for the better life of everybody.
The Day of Francophonie, and we extend it to this whole week. And we want tonight to celebrate the diversity of the Organization of Francophonie, because yes, we have in common a language, French, but we have very different culture, and this is our richness and our diversity, and that's what we will broadcast tonight.
Bonne fête tous mes amis français. Happy Francophone Week. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru Arutere, Nta News.
And now to health. Have you ever noticed a person with bad breath? Can you easily suggest to the person how to see a dentist or care for the mouth? As difficult as it is to suggest to someone that is how embarrassing it is for the carrier of bad breath. Hence, care for the mouth becomes very important to overall health and well-being of an individual. Sophia Norma Uche tells us more about Oral Hygiene Day.
Oral health begins from birth. Not caring for the mouth and teeth can cause bacteria, plague, and decay, as well as gum disease, and the result of all is bad breath. Though embarrassing, bad breath can be perceived few meters away and make the carrier as well as the people around uncomfortable.
Most time I feel embarrassed on their behalf because they actually don't know that they have mouth odor.
What I advise people mostly is that you move with gum. Those who have a very terrible mouth odor and they know about it, is actually very good for them to visit a dentist so that it can be cured. It's something that can be cured.
And one of the ways you can manage mouth odor is, one, the person should brush regularly, and the person should take water, enough water, and I feel the person should, after eating, the person should brush as well.
Experts say if left untreated, bad breath can cause more severe health problems.
Indeed, there is no ideal cleaning. No matter how you try to clean your mouth, there are some food particles that still stay behind the gingiva that you cannot remove ordinarily. So it is advised that you see a dentist to do that procedure every 6 months. Again, you ensure that you avoid using toothpick and creating periodontal pockets that can be a place for food to hide. And that is by ensuring that you floss your teeth regularly, removing any food particles that hangs around your teeth. I would like to encourage everybody to keep a good mouth that represents a good body.
With the theme, A Happy Mouth, A Happy Body, the day is dedicated to spreading awareness on the importance of oral health. Sophia Norma Uche, NTA News.
Now, knowing and putting the needs of others first is worth hearing and worthy emulating. This is a character learned from fabulous moms who constantly embark on yearly humanitarian outreach. The fabulous women are reaching out to families this year in Galadima axis of the FCT in Abuja. Moses Kwe reports.
Engaging in giving to the less privileged is soothing, especially when it is coming from women. The fabulous women are a group of women who are constantly seeking means to put smiles on the faces of the less privileged in the society.
Yearly project, we tend to reach out to the less privileged, especially to young mothers, young struggling mothers who don't really have any means of livelihood or who are doing menial jobs. So we reach out to them.
Because this is our mandate. Giving is a good thing because, as you can see, God gave himself for us to save the whole world. So
fabulous women are giving to the less privileged foodstuffs such as rice, yam, onion, spaghetti, seasonings, palm oil, groundnut oil, but to mention a few. One would want to ask, what are the reasons for engaging in this yearly visit?
Particularly foodstuff, because this is what they need at this time. Foodstuff and essential provisions. All right, because most of them are family people. They have kids, they have children, they have dependents as well. So we're giving them household things that will be very useful to them.
Some of the respondents who could not hold back their joy as they expressed their gratitude to God and also to the fabulous women for their kind gesture.
I'm happy because it's not easy to remember people that does not.
On the news. NASFAT holds Ramadan lecture with a call on Muslims to uplift themselves spiritually. These and more in just a moment.
Good evening. Glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
Jama'a barkanmu da wannan
The Little Station Nta Channel 5, Abuja.
Would say have a lovely day.
If you're just joining us, this is still the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Moving on, marriage is built on love, patience, forgiveness, and meekness. Thus, make your watchword. Those were the piece of advice given to pastors Chiamaka and Kingsley Ugo as they begin their journey of forever as husband and wife. Serafina Okonimekwe is keeping with the sight and sounds of the traditional marriage, which turned carnival and attracted dignitaries from far and near. We sincerely apologize that perhaps you have to bring that report in the course of the bulletin. Now, moving on, the Chief Missioner Nasser Al-Fatih Society of Nigeria, NASFAT, and guest speaker Sheikh Maruf Abdul Aziz Onika has urged Muslim faithful to believe and have faith in Allah to fulfill all His promises to humanity. This was the message at the 2024 NASFAT Ramadan lecture. Hawa Gimba gives us details of the event.
The NASFAT Chief Missioner in the FCT, Sheikh Abdulaziz Onike, who describes the theme as apt, encourages the faithful to put their trust in Allah at all times and give room for answered prayers.
Do not describe for the mercy of Allah. We are letting them know that the economic challenges that we are facing in this country will be a
Chairman of the Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, Isiaka Ajibola, also gave an insight of what Allah does to help the less privileged through the distribution of food items, empowerment of youths, and various skills, as well as cash to help ease challenges.
It's very appropriate to talk about prayers, to talk about God, and also talk about giving. And that is why in NASFAT, just like it was said in the lecture, NASFAT has given a lot and is still giving. Nationwide, the NASFAT Agency for Zakat and Sadaqah has given more than 700 million naira since 2014.
It has actually got to a point where our mental calculation may not be able to solve all that we see as challenges as a human being. Now it is time to turn to God.
This is just to encourage all our members that Allah has commanded us that we should not seek any other thing, and we should not look for any other assistance except from Allah.
Some participants say it is an eye-opener for them, promising to always keep to the word given to them by the Sheikh in trusting in Allah for answers to prayers. Members from all zones and the 6 area councils were in attendance. Awagimba, NTA News.
And on sports, as part of activities to develop young learners and improve on their physical well-being, Zoe Kids Montessori School has organized the maiden edition of Eat Sports Festival in Abuja. Ojiri Ogbori Aruche report that pupils and parents had fun at the event.
As part of activities to develop young talents and improve on their physical well-being, Zoe Kids Montessori Schools has organized different sporting activities such as march pass, taekwondo, among other competitive games for students of nursery, primary and secondary school. During the maiden edition of the sports competition, Topaz House, also known as Yellow House, gave good account of themselves as they emerged champions in match pass and other track and field events.
Though we didn't come first, at least we came second.
I feel like we could have done better. I am happy that Topaz won. Yay!
Proprietress Zoe Kids Montessori School Abuja, Herenta Ngumezi, said she has decided to birth this inter-house sports competition for the students to help improve their well-being and unify the kids through sports.
We've always played, but we've played in a tight space. But getting this space has made us go all out.
Our sports event, though it was not what we expected, but the outcome was awesome.
During the award presentation, Yellow House clinched the trophy, while Sapphire, also known as Blue House, emerged the second runners-up. Meanwhile, Diamond House, also known as White House, came third.
And for more sports reports, let's join the sports desk.
Super Eagles of Nigeria are set to lock horns with the Eagles of Mali this Tuesday in the second match of the FIFA Window International Friendly after defeating Black Stars of Ghana 2-1 in Marrakesh, Morocco last Friday. Super Eagles coach Finidi George says he is expecting Mali to give his team tougher challenge than Ghana during their friendly game in Morocco. Talking volleyball, the Confederation of African Volleyball has released the final ranking of the men's beach volleyball event. According to the ranking, Nigeria was placed 12th, with Morocco, South Africa and Botswana occupying the top three. Nigeria's men's volleyball team was one of the participants in the beach game at the just concluded African Games in Accra, Ghana, but could not go beyond the quarterfinal. To boxing, after a successful game at the just concluded All African Games in Ghana, the Nigerian Boxing Federation has turned its attention to the Paris 2024 Olympics qualifiers scheduled for Thailand in May. Team Nigeria dominated the boxing event at the African Games, where it won 8 gold and 2 silver. With sports brief, Francisca Bile, NTA News.
And that's how we end the 1 p.m. news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Please do join us again for more news at 7 p.m. I am Aisha Oba Ali. Good afternoon.